Hello, welcome and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be walking through what our plans are for the math and science portions of our 2025 and 2026 homeschool year. My daughter is going into fourth grade and she has been homeschooled since first grade, so this will be our fourth year homeschooling. And so I'm going to dive right into it and kick off with our plans for math. We will be using the Singapore Math Primary 2022, the fifth grade year. So she is a little bit ahead in math. So we have used grades 3 and 4 for Primary Mathematics 2022. I know a lot of people use Dimensions Math, but we really like this program. We use the Home Instructor's Guide instead of the Teacher's Guide. It's a little more cost effective. And there's also not a lot of activities for a classroom. And since we have just one child that we're homeschooling, we just need the Home Instructor's Guide. So it's been very helpful. And then I only have the 5B right now, looking to try to get the 5A before the school year starts, but have both of the 5A and 5B workbooks. And I'll show you just a little bit inside and why we really like these. My daughter doesn't need a lot of practice, so these workbooks work out really well because they have different methods for teaching visually, hands-on for the concepts, but then she doesn't really need a lot of problems to work through to kind of grasp them. So these workbooks work out really well for us. They also have some additional practice that you can get and assessments. We do get the assessment which covers all of grade 5. So it's just one book for each of the school years. And so we utilize those as sort of tests just to make sure that we are understanding the concepts throughout the year. So I'll show you inside. So again, we're going through 5A and 5B. That's the plan for this school year. Those are the concepts for 5A. And it's very colorful. And each of the chapters have a section for, let me turn to the beginning of one of them. They go through a learn section. So this walks you through step by step, very visual, uses a lot of things that you can also use as manipulatives in person. And then has a section for learn together. So that's where you would work with your student through the problems, make sure they are understanding the concepts. And then they have a practice on your own section. So this would be their own, working through the problems. And then I like that they also have, usually at the end of each of those, a think question to make it a little bit more challenging, to where they have to explain something to you, or it's a little bit a higher level problem for them to work through. In addition to that program, we also use sprints. So we get this Eureka Math. This is free. This is a part of a lot of conventional schools have this curriculum available to them. And so we get it through Great Minds. If you have any questions about this, I can walk through in another video about how to get this information. But the sprints are usually 1 to 2 minutes, some quick mental math or reiteration of math facts. And so I usually like to do the grade before, but as you can see, they go through a number of multiplication. In earlier grades, there's addition, subtraction, and then they also go through some division, and then decimal places, fractions, etc. So we really like these, one, because it's free, available to everybody, and it also gets back in when you're getting into higher level math, to make sure that we're not losing those math facts to us, and that there's practice, and making sure it comes quick to them with these quick sprints. So that is mathematics. So next will be our plans for science for this upcoming school year. We are going to be using Moving Beyond the Page units. So that's kind of our main plan. This is the ages 9 to 11, so this is usually 5th grade. We really liked the concepts more for 5th grade than in the 4th grade year. So what our plans are going to be is to work through the first semester unit for grade 4 and then do the semester 2 units for grade 5. And there's 3 in each of those. So for this year, we'll be doing energy, the living seas, and biomes. And then along with that, we went and grabbed the kit, the science kit from Moving Beyond the Page. So this box has all of the items that are needed for that semester 1. So those 3 units that we just shared. This has all of the pieces that you would need, some general pieces, and then ones that are specific to each of the lessons. And it's nice because they bag them out and tell you which book they go with and then which lesson. So it makes it very convenient instead of trying to run around and find all of the materials needed before you're going to be doing that unit, especially with everything that's going on with homeschooling. It makes it very convenient to have that. So if anybody has any questions about the science kit or wants to see any more inside, leave a comment down below and let me know. And then lastly, or I guess not lastly, but in addition, we are going to be walking through Evan Moor grade 4 daily science. These are nice, just quick lessons, quick worksheets on different big ideas that they have for that specific week. And then you walk through those ideas across the school year. So you can see inside there are different ideas for each of the different sections, and then there for each week have a specific question or focus that they will be working through for that given week on these. And so I said in addition, because we also usually do science kits. So this last year we did KiwiCo. We are still trying to decide which science kit we want to go with. I know there are some other options with Mel Science, and we're not quite sure what we want to, if we want to go to the next level for KiwiCo. So we're still undecided. If anybody has any recommendations for which kits they like for upper elementary, leave us a comment below. I'm still really trying to find what we want to move to, as I think the current one that we've been using for KiwiCo, we need a little bit more challenging projects for that. So, and that is what we have for science. So that is our math and science for the 2025-2026 school year for grade 4 for my daughter. And if anybody has any questions or wants to see anything else in depth, let me know. And if you can like and subscribe, that will be great. We'll be going through our the other sections of our curriculum plans next week. Language arts is probably going to be the last, as we're still a little bit undecided in some of those areas, but should be making those decisions next week. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye.